What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new Football Manager 2017 video. Today, it's episode 10 in my Spurs beta save, and we are officially halfway through the Premier League season. Obviously, in the last episode, we lost our first Premier League match. Have we been able to bounce back? And we've got two massive matches coming up for you guys today. We've got Manchester United away from home in the Premier League with just 1 day's rest. And then we play Watford as well in the Premier League. Obviously, we're in that busy period where you play about 1 million matches in a single week. But if you are enjoying the series, be sure to let me know by dropping a like on the video. Also, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new around here. But let's get into today's episode. Okay, so in the last episode, we left you off with this match. As you can see, the 4-3 defeat to Middlesbrough. We were 1-1, and then we got a man sent off. Then we went 3-1 up, and then Middlesbrough pulled it back to 4-3. And I was just like, what has just happened? And it was probably the most ridiculous game of football I've ever seen. It was our first defeat in the Premier League. To be fair, we done well to get all the way through to December without defeat. I can't actually remember how many games we were actually in. How many are we on now? 19, 18, 17... So we were 16, 15 games without defeat, and then obviously in our 16th match we did lose. But as you can see, we've bounced back relatively well. We got a 2-1 win at home against West Brom. I'm disappointed that we are conceding so many goals right now, because as you can see, there's a lot of noughts, especially in the Premier League matches. I believe we conceded, at this point, we conceded 4 goals in 15 matches, and then we conceded 4 goals in 1 friggin' match. And then we've conceded 3 since then. But as I said, we got a 2-1 victory against West Brom. Danny Rose giving us the lead, West Brom getting a goal back, and then Eric Lamela getting us the winner. Then we beat Hull City. This was quite a it wasn't rotated, but there was a few rotations in there. Against Hull City, as I said, we won 2 goals to 1. We were 2-0 up. I thought we were fine, and then we went and conceded the stupid goal. And it was a bit squeaky bum time at the end, to be honest. And then we played Burnley, and to be honest, I thought we were going to lose our second game in the Premier League. Sam Vokes giving Burnley the lead. We kind of dominated proceedings and so on, but we just couldn't quite get the goal. And Harry Kane pops up right at the end to get an equaliser. And then we had like another 2-3 chances, believe it or not, with inside like 3-4 minutes before the end of the match to actually win the game, but we just didn't put any of them away. So in terms of the Premier League table, that's what it now looks like. We are still 3 points clear of Manchester City at the top, but they do have a better goal difference now, which was something we always had on our side, but we don't anymore. Manchester City, why do they, have a better goal difference all of a sudden? They won their last game 8-0 against Swansea City. As you can see, Swansea bottom of the league, but they won 8 goals to 0. Absolutely crazy. I mean, fair play, we beat them 5-0, so you'd expect Man City to put quite a few past them, but that's why their goal difference is now superior to ours. Who do Man City play today? They go to Watford, which will be a tough match. Watford are up in the top half of the table, but no doubt about it, we've got the best game of the weekend. We play Manchester United. I believe I've got a plan of how to beat United. It's just whether the players pull it off. Let's go and get into that game anyway. Okay, so there's my team going into the match against Manchester United, and my plan of action is, I was looking at the, report for Man United, and they do concede a lot of goals early on, and they concede them down this left-hand side. So my thought was get a lot of players attacking early on. Don't sit back. Don't give them, too much time on the ball. Really close them down. Get involved. And the big thing is, to be honest, actually, I'm just going to take Sissoko off. As you can see, a lot of my players are fully fit. That's because I rested them in the last match. But the big thing for me is play that high defensive line, because most of their goals, I think it was over 50%, have been scored in the box by headers. So obviously Zlatan Ibrahimovic, you saw that he's the top goal scorer just a moment ago in the Premier League. So if we play that high defensive line, that should probably eliminate that threat, hopefully. Let's get into this match anyway, and hopefully we can beat United. They are favourites, completely understandable. It's always going to be tough coming to Old Trafford, to be fair. Actually, Zlatan's out. Okay. So that's interesting. Who are they playing up front? Okay, Martial. So that gives them like a different dimension. We're probably not going to want to play the high defensive line anymore, but we're definitely going to continue to, get up the pitch early on and try and cause United some problems. They've got quite a few injuries, like slight injuries, but Zlatan is completely out of the team, which is interesting. So we just go through to the team talk. I'm just going to go and say that to them. It's motivated them, which, is all I can ask of them, to be fair. I'm just going to keep everything. Yeah, I'm not going to play that high defensive line. I was going to, but I don't need to now. And I'm actually just going to go to the tactics. And I'm going to put Kyle Walker to attack as well, just to really get in the faces from the start. Let's hope we can actually get a victory today against Manchester United. It'll be an absolutely massive one if we do. We're down there, end early on. Coutinho ball into the box. It was actually a shot, and David De Gea on the back foot already does have to make a save. They do concede goals within like the first 20 minutes, so that was my kind of plan, just to try and get an early goal. Obviously, it's not guaranteed to happen, but if it does, it's a huge boost. Right, so we've not really done anything in the match. United are trying to get forward here. Mkhitaryan into Martial. Oh my word, again, it's that kind of same movement that we are seeing down that side. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to drop Rose back to support, so he's not actually attacking as much. And I'm also going to drop Coutinho to support, and I'm going to bring Lamela as a support as well, just to try and, you know, free up a bit of, just to, you know, try and close the space from United on that side. Right, we're down there, and this would be quite cool if we do score at this time, but it would be quite shit if United scored. Dembele into Kane, Kane onto Coutinho, Coutinho getting forward, Coutinho with the shot. It's a bit too wild. I hate these long shots that my players are taking. You know, some people have commented saying, are they set to do that? They're not. So it's a bit annoying, but we have reached half time, and it is 0-0. Right, I'm just going to say, what shall I say? Encourage the players. I'm just going to let him take it, to be fair. Harry Kane's not having the best of games, but at this moment in time, I'm not too bothered. I'm actually going to change him to a complete forward, so we can actually get involved in the hold-up play a bit more, just get him on support, and we'll go into the second half, and hopefully we can get a draw, or potentially nick a goal, and see this game out. Coutinho over a free kick, and it's right at De Gea. That's probably our best chance of the game. I think it was our first shot on target. Coutinho over a free kick again, and it's coming close. Maybe that's our best chance this match, or best chance of getting a goal. Coutinho with a free kick. There's a highlight straight after it, which is a bit concerning. Just please don't let United score first. That will kill me, as I'll know that it's quite difficult to get back into the game then. Pogba getting forward. Here's Mata into Martial. Martial goes round our defence, and again, he's coming close every time. Okay, so just 10 minutes to go now. We really need to, like, tighten up. Our players are looking good. I'm just going to encourage the lads. We've just got to make sure United don't get a last-minute winner. That will be an absolute pain in the arse. Here's Pogba, Herrera, Rooney, finds Rashford. Don't let it... Oh, my word, I thought they were going to score. It's Mkhitaryan with the shot in the end, but it doesn't quite happen for them. If we can see how to draw against United, perfectly happy with that. I'm doing a Mourinho against Mourinho, so I can't really complain at that. By 3 added minutes, this is perfect time for United to score. They always do so. They do have a chance as well, which is kind of concerning. Walker gets there, or can we hit them on the break? Janssen, come on, get forward, lad. Where was the highlight in that? Alderweireld, ball into the box. Oh, I thought we were going to get a header and win the match. That would have been absolutely crazy. We just got to stop United from getting forward and scoring now. Win that header, someone please, thank you. Not straight to them though, that would be ideal. Pogba, Mkhitaryan, I can just see United, they're going to score, aren't they? It pisses me off, United's bloody Fergie time bullshit. Walker gets it clear. Here's Luke Shaw, they're coming on as once more. Memphis Depay trying to get a shot off, and that's perfectly fine with me. Walker, short of Vertonghen. Full time should be any minute. We've played more than a minute of what we should. There we go, 0-0 at Old Trafford. I will take that. I'll take that every day. With the team we're unlucky, that's perfectly fine. United didn't really threaten us. We didn't really threaten them. Man City haven't played yet this weekend, so the gap is 4 points. It can be narrowed down to 1, but I will definitely take a 0-0 away at Old Trafford. Let's move on to the next match against Watford, which is literally in a day's time. Okay, so we are back for the match against Watford, and there has been a bit of transfer news. So obviously we are now into the January transfer window, and if we go up to here, you can actually see we've constructed a deal with Liverpool. Obviously Ben Davies came to me saying he wants to leave. We constructed Liverpool for 18.25 million for Ben Davies. So if he wants to leave for Liverpool, then he's welcome to, as I've actually scouted the best left-back, well, the best wonder kid left-back on the game. Hopefully we'll be able to do a deal with Benfica to hopefully bring him in. If you are looking for wonder kids, there will be videos out on the full release of FM on my channel about the wonder kids, so do hang around for that. But he is one of the best defensive wonder kids in the game, this Alex Grimaldo, so there's a bit of an exclusive for you guys. Now, I've just realised I completely forgot to mention, this happened a long time ago as well. I've got screenshots, but Tottenham actually came to me saying, do you want a new deal? And I said, yeah. As you can see, it was in November. I just completely forgot to mention it. Tottenham offered me a new deal, and I accepted, so I have now got a new offer, a new deal. But obviously, this is a beta save, so it won't be there till that time anyway. But pretty cool, that. I'll show you the screenshots right now. So yeah, so I've actually got a new contract, and I just completely forgot to mention it, to be honest. But let's move into the game against Watford. Obviously, Ben Davies could potentially be leaving us. Let's see who we've actually got to play left back in terms of, you know, backing up to Danny Rose. So if we go to squad depth, we can play Jan Vertonghen there. We can play Ben Davies, obviously, who's leaving. Kyle Walker-Peters, interestingly. Can I recall him? I can, but I don't think I want to be honest. I'll see if there's anyone in the under-23s that can do a job for us. So left backs, not really. And if there is, they're out on loan, to be honest. So we'll take a look at the under-18s. I'm going quite young right now with these players here. Matthew Locke. No, he's 16. I can't really bring him in. So we will have to try and get a short-term replacement in, or potentially that wonder kid lad. But we will see on that front. Okay, but our team today, as I said, there's literally hardly any time between this match. If I show you the calendar, so you can see we play Man United there a day, and then we play Watford. Obviously, all the teams have got to deal with this, but, you know, our players are pretty knackered, to be fair. Also, I just want to mention the Manchester City match, because it wasn't played before I left you guys. They did draw, so we still have that 3-point advantage. They drew against today's opponents, Watford. So we'll go back to tactics and start picking our team for today. Okay, so there's our team. There's only a couple of outfield players, the centre-backs and Dele Alli, who started last match. I just need to check that I can actually bring them off, so Dembele can come on for Dele Alli. And I need someone else who can play centre-back. I'll put Eric Dyer on the bench. Who can he come on the bench for? Who really needs a rest? That's more to the point. That's interesting, right. I don't really think I can. So one of them centre-backs is going to have to play the full 90 minutes. But we are going to go into the game. As I said, heavily rotated. Harry Kane actually also starts as well. Let's get into this match against Watford. Hopefully we can see out the victory. We do need to get a victory today. We've had 2 draws on the bounce. Also, Antonio Conte has been sacked. I'm just remembering everything right now. Antonio Conte of Chelsea has been sacked. Not too sure why. I've not really... Why didn't I put any opposition instructions on there? Go back to here. Defendant. Apply advice. There we go. Good job I noticed that. And we'll let the assistant take the team talk. Doesn't really work. But let's get into the match anyway. Watford are actually bringing the ball away, which looks a bit concerning right now. Troy Deeney trying to get forward. Ben Davies. I'm playing Ben Davies for like his last game for the club. Just a final goodbye type of thing. Ericsson with the free kick. Oh, wow. I thought that was going to sneak in at the near post. Doesn't quite, though. Shouldn't be giving him that much space there, Dele Alli, mate. You literally just ran away from him. But we have regained possession, so I'll let you off. Keep going. Oh, it's a poor pass. Here's Dele Alli. Get forward, lads. Keep going. Keep going. Ball out wide to Trippier. Get down that line, lads. Ball into the box. Dele Alli. There we go. 1-0. Dele Alli started that move and he finished it off. We lead by 1-0 against Watford. 24 minutes in. We should be beating them, to be fair. Oh, Ericsson. Oh, I thought the chance had gone. I thought the chance was before. But that was pretty close, to be fair. Wimmer. Trippier. Ball into the box. Harry Kane was free. Sissoko. Oh, my word. Keep your shot down, mate. Probably gone out the stadium. Right, so half-time, and we do lead by 1-0. Happy with that so far. Dele Alli's getting a bit tired, obviously, because he has played, the last match, and there was literally a day in between. So he'll probably get another 15 minutes, then I'll pull him off. Lloris goes long towards Harry Kane. Back to Wanyama, who is still not in my good books. He's still in my bad books, Wanyama, for a couple of red cards in quick succession. Here he is on the ball to Dele Alli, out wide to Trippier. Get that into Sissoko. There we go. That's nice. Into Harry Kane. Oh, wow. You've got to be doing better with the shot there. You can't just be hitting it straight at the defender. You've got to be working the goalkeeper, to be honest. But we are coming at them again. It just seems like we're using that right-hand side a lot this match. Ericsson with the corner ball into the box. Vertonghen's hit the bar, but Vim is there at the back post, and we lead by 2-0. I thought Vertonghen was going to get the goal, but it isn't. It's his centre-back partner. And 2-0. We should really see this game out now. Here's Trippier, who's probably getting forward more than Sissoko, to be fair. Wanyama. If Wanyama scores a 30-yard screamer, I think I'll forgive him for everything he's done so far. But here is Dele Alli, who has kind of been running the show today. Trippier tries to find Sissoko. He does so. Kane's there. He's hit the bar. Oh, my word. How many times do we really want to come close today? We could be 4 or 5 up, to be honest. But we are only 2, which is still a nervy scoreline. Because if they score next, it does set us up for a nervy ending. But we are keeping the ball really nicely. Here's Sissoko. Oh, again, it's another fantastic save. Once again, Harry Kane's an interesting one, isn't he? Because he's had a poor match and he's just actually picked up an injury. But he's like scoring goals for fun when he actually plays well. But then when he doesn't play well, he's just literally irrelevant in the entire match. I really don't understand him at the minute. Right, the game's going to end 2-0 by the look of things, unless Watford score in about 10 seconds, which I don't think they're going to. We are going to win 2-0, or are we going to make it 3? Dembele with a really nice run there. It does end up 2-0. I'm quite happy with that, to be fair. We've ended that little recent run that we had of draws, but to be fair, I'll take a draw away at Old Trafford. And when you're already a goal down against Burnley, you're kind of happy to come away with a draw as well, especially 87 minutes into the match. Man City, again, yet to play. I'd imagine they're going to play tomorrow. Okay, so interestingly, Manchester City lost at home to Arsenal. Obviously, these things can happen, especially in this time of the season where there's a lot of tired legs. But that means we do actually now have a 6-point lead at the top of the Premier League table. Liverpool can play and win, but they won't actually move second. They'll just stay, join second on goal difference with Liverpool. Bournemouth are actually in the top 4, which is pretty crazy, to be fair to them. They're doing alright, aren't they, Bournemouth? But yeah, so as I said, Liverpool, if they get the victory, I believe it will be tomorrow, against Manchester United, so a big match. Then they will actually move joint on points with Liverpool. We now have a 6-point lead after 21 games in the Premier League. We're looking pretty good value for money. In the next episode, it's pretty obvious. I'm going to be playing the games against Liverpool at home and Chelsea away. So obviously I'll have the game against Leicester offline in the FA Cup. But that is all for this episode. If you have enjoyed it, be sure to let me know by dropping a like on the video. Also comment down below what you thought of the matches today. Do you think a draw away at Old Trafford is a pretty good result? I do. Let me know what you think. And if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. But thank you all for watching, guys. Until next time, goodbye.